Are you looking for a city where history, stunning views, and charming lanes collide? Join us as we uncover the secrets of Heidelberg using our 49-euro monthly train ticket to travel from Kaiserslautern to Heidelberg in less than 90 minutes, without even having to change trains. Once we arrive, we'll explore the iconic Heidelberg Castle, perched high above the Neckar River. Afterwards, we'll visit the fascinating university student jail, where students were once locked up for minor offenses. Such a unique piece of history. Next, we'll visit the stunning Holy Spirit Church and the serene Jesuit Church, each with its own captivating story. Finally, we'll cross the Alte Brückee, the old bridge, taking in the picturesque views along the way. Be sure to watch until the end, where we'll taste 2 iconic Heidelberg desserts and tell you about the cool Santa Torchlight Swimmers event happening on Castle Cruise in December on the Mosel River. Whether you're a history buff, a foodie, or just looking for a perfect getaway, Heidelberg has something waiting for you. Let's go.
Good morning, and we are at the Kaiserslautern Hauptbahnhof, or the Kaiserslautern main train station, and we just got on our train. We got here with just a couple minutes to spare, and we are headed to Heidelberg for a little day trip, and we're going to share that with you. So thanks for being here, and thanks for joining us on our channel. We'll have a great day in Heidelberg.
Our first order of business here in Heidelberg, a stop at Zeit für Brot for some delicious fuel. We couldn't resist the new winter cinnamon roll. Warm, gooey, and absolutely perfect. And we paired it with a buttery, flaky croissant that practically melted in our mouths. With breakfast checked off, we're all set to tackle the climb up to Heidelberg Castle. Let's go explore. Our first stop has to be the iconic Heidelberg Castle, towering above the city. This 13th century marvel is a mix of Gothic and Renaissance architecture and offers some of the best views in town. Take a tour inside to explore the beautiful ruins, see the enormous Heidelberg Tun wine barrel, and stroll through the castle gardens, the perfect place to snap photos of the old town below. All right, and welcome to Heidelberg, and I am at the Heidelberg Castle, which was originally built in the 13th century. It's been kind of destroyed and rebuilt a couple times since then, but we're on a hill overlooking the city of Heidelberg that lies on the Neckar River and the federal state of Baden-Württemberg. And here at the castle, you get to go to the very interesting German Pharmacy Museum, and also you get to go into a bar area and look at the largest wine barrel in the world. So that's very interesting as well. Now, to get into the castle, it costs €9 per person to get into the castle grounds and look around, and that includes the entrance to the German Pharmacy Museum and to see the huge wine barrel. All right, so we have been to this castle before, but we've never paid for entry inside, because you can just come up and for free you can kind of walk around the outside, which is also pretty cool. But to get up here, it's a pretty steep walk. It's about a kilometer, maybe half a mile. Pretty steep walk up from the city of Heidelberg itself. But if you buy the €9 entry ticket to the castle, that includes a funicular ride that takes you up the hill and will take you back down when you're finished. So that's pretty cool. Now, right now, the funicular is closed because of construction. They're doing some repair work on it. So instead of the funicular, you could take a bus. They have a bus, and that's also included in your €9 ticket to get into the museum. Or if you just want some exercise, you can walk up from the town, which is what we did today. And it's really not too bad. If you're in reasonably good shape, anybody should be able to do it and burn off some calories of the delicious bakery goods you ate down in the town. We're usually not big on checking out museums, especially on a short day trip, but the Pharmacy Museum inside Heidelberg Castle was a surprise highlight. Since it's included with the entrance ticket, we decided to pop in, and it was well worth it. The museum is filled with fascinating displays of antique bottles, herbal remedies, and old medical tools, offering a glimpse into the world of early medicine. Even if museums aren't normally your thing, this one is definitely worth a quick look.
All right, so I'm gonna go in here and we're gonna go look at the biggest wine barrel in the world, right here in Heidelberg. All right, so let's go.
At Heidelberg Castle, you'll find the legendary Heidelberg Tun, a massive wine barrel holding over 58,000 gallons. Built in 1751 with a dance floor on top, legend has it this giant was once filled with wine collected as tax from local wineries. And there's a cafe serving drinks and snacks as well, so it's perfect for a quick break before continuing to explore the castle if you're hungry. It's a quirky piece of history and a fun stop on any visit. So we are here in early November, and in a couple weeks it'll be Christmas market season. And Heidelberg has some of the nicest Christmas markets that we've been to. Down in the city, there's a couple of squares that have them, and then through some of the alleyways, it's really nice, really pretty. And then up here at the castle as well, they have a really nice Christmas market. So I've told, we haven't actually been to the one here at the castle. Hopefully make it this year. But yeah, so if you're watching this video and you're wondering, where am I going to plan to visit the Christmas markets this year? I would definitely put Heidelberg on your list because it is really nice. And you could come up to the castle and get that old medieval feel while you're walking around drinking your Glühwein here in the Christmas spirit of Heidelberg. Once you've soaked in the history at the castle, head down to Hauptstrasse, Heidelberg's main street. This pedestrian-friendly street is lined with charming shops, cafes, and boutiques. Make sure to wander through the Altstadt, or Old Town, to enjoy the beautiful Baroque architecture and cozy side streets. So this is the University of Heidelberg, which is the oldest university in Germany. And right over there is the entryway to the University Museum, and kind of interesting is the student prison, and it costs €6 to, and a ticket includes both of them, the prison and the University Museum. If you come on Monday, the museum's closed, so you can pay €4 and just visit the jail or the prison. So the prison's pretty cool, and so like I said, this is the oldest university in Germany, and it was founded in the 1300s. And so when this university was founded, part of the charter was that the university would be in charge of discipline of the students. So that's why they have this prison here. And I guess early on in the, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, it was very severe punishment and it was a very serious thing. But later on, in like around the 1800s, it became more of like a badge of honor to go to the student prison. And they were supposed to have been on a diet of bread and water, but apparently the water oftentimes got replaced with beer. And it seems like it was kind of more of a big frat party inside of the prison, if you will. There's a lot of graffiti in there, and it seems like everybody put their name on there. There's even one prisoner, looked like his name was Lee. So anyway, so yeah, the Heidelberg student prison and the University Museum, €6 for both of them. Very interesting, so give it a go when you're here in Heidelberg. For lunch, we kept it light with some delicious sandwiches. Simple, fresh, and exactly what we needed. And of course, no day out is complete without our cake and coffee tradition. We shared a slice of raspberry cake paired with a hot cup of coffee. Perfectly sweet and just the right way to recharge before heading back out to explore. Our next stop is the Holy Spirit Church, or Heilige Geistkirche, founded in 1398 and located in the heart of Heidelberg's Old Town. This beautiful Gothic-style church has a fascinating history. From 1706, it was divided into two parts. One part for Catholics and the other for Protestants, with a wall separating the two sides. The Catholic side even had its own choir. But after 1936, the church became entirely Protestant. From its stunning stained glass windows to the peaceful atmosphere inside, it's a perfect spot to reflect and appreciate Heidelberg's rich history. And if you're up for the climb, the views from the tower are absolutely incredible. No trip to Heidelberg is complete without visiting the Old Bridge, or the Alte Brückee. This beautiful historic bridge offers stunning views of the castle and the Neckar River. As we cross Heidelberg's iconic Old Bridge, we were reminded of the Charles Bridge in Prague, on a smaller scale and with fewer statues, but sharing the same timeless stone charm and breathtaking views of the city. Built in the late 18th century, this sandstone bridge has withstood the test of time, connecting the city for centuries. On the north side, you'll find the elaborate city gate, once part of Heidelberg's medieval walls, adorned with statues of Prince-Elector Karl Theodor, who commissioned the bridge. Today, the bridge was quite crowded, especially with people stopping to take selfies, but it added to the lively atmosphere. After crossing, we strode along the Neckar River, taking in the peaceful surroundings. If you have the time and energy, you can climb the Philosopher's Way for incredible sunset views. We didn't quite make it this time, but hopefully next time we will. Aside from the Holy Spirit Church, Heidelberg is also home to the stunning Jesuit Church, a striking 18th century Baroque masterpiece. With its whitewashed interiors, sparkling chandeliers, and intricate altar painting, it's a visual treat. As a bonus, we were lucky enough to hear someone playing the organ, and the beautiful music filled the entire church, adding a magical touch to the experience. If you're in the area, it's definitely worth a visit. All right, so we just had dinner here at the Schnitzelbank, which means like schnitzel bench. And I'm assuming I got that name because they're very tight quarters in there, and you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to share a table with someone. We came here earlier for lunch, and it was absolutely packed. We couldn't find a place to sit. Came back for dinner. We got here for a very early dinner, and we were able to squeeze in and share a table with 3 other people. So it's very tight, very small in there. The food is really good. Excellent traditional German cooking. I had a Pfeffer Schnitzel, which is a pepper schnitzel with Spätzle, and Spätzle is German egg noodles, I guess, or kind of a German pasta, I guess, with pepper sauce. It was really good. Betty had cordon bleu and cordon bleu, they gave you 2 options for the type of cheese. You could either get Munster or Gorgonzola. Betty opted for the Munster, but I'm not quite sure. It was really strong cheese, but the cordon bleu was really good. She had like home fried potatoes, which were excellent. We also had salad. We had 3 beers, and the grand total with tip was 60 euro. So not too bad for a nice dinner out in a good rustic schnitzel house. It's delicious. So when you're in Heidelberg, definitely recommend you stop by the Schnitzelbank and have yourself a good German meal. Okay, so one thing I wanted to add about this place. So if you're claustrophobic, or if you really do not like sharing tables with people, this might not be your place, because it is really tight in there, and I would say you're almost guaranteed you're going to have to share a table with someone. Like we had a big table, and we shared it with 3 other people. We came for very early dinner. We got here around 5:30, I think, and it was really crowded. So I don't think they stop I think it's crowded the whole time from whenever they open early in the day to whenever they close at night. I think it closes like 1 o'clock. So if you need like a midnight schnitzel fix, this is your place in Heidelberg. All right, so we are back home. We came home from Heidelberg, and something that we really wanted to try there was we wanted to go to Cafe Gundo, which is right off the main street, the Hauptstrasse. It's one of the biggest pedestrian streets in all of Europe, by the way. It's a little over, I think it's almost 2 kilometers long. The big Fußgänger zone. And so Cafe Gundel is like the most famous, I guess, bakery type cafe in Heidelberg. And they make, so a couple things we picked up. Now, we wanted to have it there, but they were so busy. There were no tables available, and we had to wait a long time, actually, to get our stuff to go. In the summertime, it's really nice to have tables outside and have more seating, but now it's kind of, obviously, there's no outdoor seating, so it's really tight because it's a very popular place. And what we have here, I have a couple things. So I have this is called a Pflasterstein. You can see the Pflastersteine, and you can see the little cute decoration on the top. And Pflasterstein, that's kind of like a cobblestone or a paving stone, if you will. So it looks like a little cobblestone that the streets are paved with. And so we've got that. And we also have the Kurfürsten, I think that's correct. Kugel means ball. I'm not really sure what Kurfürsten means, but this is their original recipe since 1896, I believe. All right, so, and I've got some coffee, and I'm ready to try these. I'm gonna cut inside it and see what it looks like on the inside. So I'm gonna have to destroy their pretty artwork here. Oop. Here we go. Ooh, oh man. All right, look at that. Different layers on the inside. Looks like we got a couple different layers of cake and maybe some sort of cream in there. But all right, here it goes. It's kind of rich, honestly. So if you're not a big chocolate fan or a big rich dessert fan, it might not be for you. I really like it. I think it's really good, and it's a unique treat, I guess, for Heidelberg. So I think it's quite delicious, and I recommend trying it out when you're in Heidelberg. But just keep in mind, if you don't like rich desserts or chocolatey desserts, then you might want to skip it. Okay, so we finished our Pflastersteine, and now we're going to try the Kurfürsten Kugel. Like I said, Kugel means ball. Like if you get a scoop of ice cream, it's called a Kugel in Germany. But anyway, so this is the original recipe since 1896. Cafe Gundel in Heidelberg. Let's cut this one. Oh, look at that. Oh, boy. Look at that. Can you see inside there? All right. So we've got, looks like on the inside, we've got some nougat type stuff surrounded by some white cake type stuff. And then, of course, chocolate on the outside. It's, I'm not sure what that, it's almost like, okay, it's like, what do we call it? Angel food cake?
Sponge cake?
Sponge cake, yeah, it's like a sponge cake. You might call it. So that's that. Forgive me for being rude, but that was really good. When I just had a bite of the sponge cake stuff, I was like, it's just like sponge cake. You combine the chocolate coating outside with a little center of nougat center, I guess is what that is, and you mix it all up, get a good bite of it. It is quite a combination. Really good. Again, it's rather rich, so you probably can't, it's not like you're gonna eat like 3 or 4 of them, but get one of these and get one of the Pflastersteine and split it with someone who's special to you, like my sweet Betty, and it's a nice dessert. So Heidelberg Cafe Gundel, that's kind of like the crown on top, the icing on top of the cake to make it a perfect day of sightseeing. And did you know Mark Twain lived in Heidelberg for 3 months, and he made it quite famous. So the favorite German city of Mark Twain and Heidelberg, and it'll be a fantastic day. Thanks for watching.